Yo, 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 welcome back, everybody, to the city of Stratburg for another episode in City Skylines 2. For today, I've been quite busy between episodes, doing some touch-ups on some things, getting some things wrapped up. So hope you guys are ready. Strap in. Let's get going. Alright, to start off here, we have a new post-sorting facility over here on the car factory kind of corridor here next to the highway. We have good connection over to the city that way. Some extra stuff over there you might notice. This is already upgraded to the automated sorting, and it's still not enough speed. So we might have to have another one of these, maybe over on the other side. But that was kind of upgrade number one, which is pretty good. I added a couple of firehouse, police station over here as well. We did upgrade the recycling facility here just to kind of help processing speed just a little bit. And moving this away, we can see that nothing over here has changed. However, as you might have noticed, there is an extra train line right here, and that is because I threw in a separate cargo train station. It should be helpful, especially since the other one's pointing the other direction. A little bit harder to get into, but this is working out pretty well. They kind of just move between the two, whatever comes into this one, and I do have a line that is being used at the moment. Not a whole lot comes into here, but we do kind of transfer between these two stations, which is working out. Yeah, it's working out fairly well. I'm not too concerned about it. And as you can see here, we do have some public transport that was added. So as you can see, we built just a single line here. It goes out and uses the brand new cargo train line intersection over here, which now merges in nicely with the existing line. And actually, here comes the train right now. It's got nothing on it. Fantastic. Anyway, that pretty much exits over there. It comes over to this way, connects to the rest of our cargo stations, and exits that way. Anyway, I had to adjust one of the farm here. I got rid of this farm. Just kind of felt like it was overkill. And I needed it removed. Add the train station. We definitely needed some more bus routes around here, especially connecting up all of our factories that are very useful, especially the ones that have a lot of people working at them. So such as these three here have a total of around 3,000 jobs. So yeah, and they're all like half capacity. So during this episode, we are definitely going to upgrade or expand our residential. I'm gonna probably purchase these couple tiles here and expand that out. Gonna connect this whole thing out here. Some more connections out this way. We do have this one road here, but that's obviously not enough. Probably gonna need this road here, which is a perfect conduit right down the center, and that should work out pretty well. One other thing that I have fixed or upgraded, I guess, is this road here. It was just a 2-lane road, and that was not enough. So it is now upgraded to be just a little bit wider. I'm thinking that this actually could be switched now that I think about it. Hopefully it should be the other way around, and then the extra lane will start there for that turn. Beautiful. Yeah, so I just expanded that pretty much all the way down this way, just to make that work a little better. Right, so next up on the docket was some new bus loops. And as you can tell, we kind of connected all of these together along with a bunch of kind of a loop through this whole residential area. And also, oh yeah, I forgot, it also connects to the dairy house, which there is nobody working there right now, so that's great. But it does appear that we need some more buses. So we need another bus depot. Because obviously this one here, I guess we could add some buses here. You know what, we'll just add buses on the end of this. We'll just add an extra 10 on that one. And we will also upgrade it for electric buses. That should be able to supply, and actually it looks like it's just going to return all of our buses, aren't it? Well, maybe not. Actually, it's just adding them in there. So that'll work. If we do run out and need more, we probably will just kind of throw another bus. You know what? I'm going to do it. We're going to put another bus station over here. Not a bus station. We're going to find a spot. Alright, we're actually going to replace this kind of group of houses right here. And actually what we might do, we might just kind of make a little separate road right out the front here. just so we don't have it right on their houses. And then we'll plop it right there. Not a whole lot of room for expansion, since we're kind of tucked right in there with the taxi depot there, but I think that'll be fine. We'll just upgrade it with our electric buses for now. Not really sure, but look at that. That bus is plumb full. Holy cow. Yeah, so those lines I'm hoping should be very much used. I mean, they're being used. It's not bad. As you can tell in our bus option, or a transportation window here, we actually are serving a lot of people with buses. As yeah, we have a lot of workers that need to get around this area. And when we expand out this one here and bring out that road there, that should be very useful as well. Just to get people without having to come down this road, you know, and so forth. Anyway, the main purpose of this episode is to actually build out a brand new harbor. That harbor is going over here. So we do need to get a few more tiles in order to get this harbor. We gotta get these 3. And this is where the harbor is going to end up going, is about right here. Actually, we need to make sure that we have access to the... Oh, well, it's way over there. Well, we can just make a new one, I guess. I guess we could do that, but I am going to need to make a new outside connection here, which we don't have. When we get to the next level in progression, which is not too far away, you know, we only need 10,000 more XP. That's not too far away, and we should get 18 tiles. We only need 3. In the meantime, we're going to end up building out this brand new harbor. So let's get started. It's going to be pretty straightforward, to be honest. I think it's just kind of going to go... You don't necessarily need to like build out a thing for it. But I think that usually makes it look pretty cool, I would say. That's not too bad. Make sure the grass is there. And then we will also soften this up. And what we want to do is have it be a one-way down and back. So this could get a little tedious. So I might take a break and come back when it's finished. So I kind of, it's not bad. So, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna kind of convert these into a 2-lane so that we can merge it nicely into this road here. Back there, maybe attach. You know you want to do it. You know what? You know what? Not bad. But what we're gonna do, we are gonna use Move It, and we are going to use the manipulation tool to drag out this sucker just to make it a little bit bigger. Actually, we need to kind of pull this whole tile out. Just a little bit more room. Beautiful. Alright, we're gonna now change this guy. Bad. We can pull this guy down a little bit. It's not the end of the worst. Oh, guy. Oh, okay. I think the only... Oh, boy. Oh, what did I do? Alright, well, that didn't work. Now I really messed it up. Is there an undo? You know, it's not the worst. That's actually, yeah, so we definitely want to take it from there, and then this one comes up there, and actually it's right in. Nice, okay. Now it's not fully broken, and we need to actually go around. Oh, but I need that to be this one. Come on. What? In the water? Give me a break, game. Why is that in the water? In the water? Why is there water here? Oh boy, that was a challenge. Fortunately, there's still these little like mishaps here. Are slightly annoying. Guess I could sort of raise that up, but then this side's broken. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. Actually, it worked out pretty well, to be honest. That one. So now if we go into here, we can now drag this little bit more. Kind of pull it a little bit there. We can now do this one as well. Come on. Make sure these are kind of pulled back. And then, of course, the trees show up. That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay. And now this guy. We'll pull this back a smidge. Oh, that's why. That's the one that really made it disappear. Huh, interesting. Okay, well, we'll leave that one be. Beautiful. So now you got an independent turn lane right there. Awesome. And you have these two. You know what? I might even make. Okay. Do you have that option? No, we don't have the. That's a kind of a bummer. I have to switch to this, and then it has this sidewalks on it. That's really annoying. Well, it's pretty nice. I don't mind this. Now let's just kind of clean up the edges here. Yeah, it's a little bit. Beautiful. Now, this is a heck of a harbor over here, if you ask me. Alright, we'll back this up just a little bit. That's really annoying. That has to be flooded all the time, but well. Okay, well that was a disaster. I had to completely redo it like 14 times. But I changed my layout just a little bit. So now it's working. I had to bring it up a little bit as well. So now the cliff is, unfortunately very tall. But at least it works now, which is nice. So we'll just kind of get rid of the jaggedness of the edges there. Should be nice. And yeah, it should work now. The roads aren't flooded, which is good. Now really the only thing we're waiting for is just to get the next milestone. So now we're only 6,000 XP away, which is not too bad. Yeah, so we need that in order to get kind of the this connection here. So it shouldn't be too bad, I should say. Overlapping items, of course it is. So it's pretty much just going to be that, and then straight out. The only thing left really is to add in the train line here and build the train line down. So let's get on that. We need to build some form of train line all the way back through this crazy mess to this train line over here. That should be fun. So I'm thinking that we're gonna need to probably get maybe these two here. I don't know, build some connection out there. But we can get started at least to get the train line out here a little ways. Probably gotta cross the road. So let's get going on that. I am thinking that this would be a good spot probably to tunnel. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tunnel under this road here. Hoping that's more than 30. I might have to come out to here eventually. But that should hopefully give me a good tunnel right there. And actually it should be about that height. Yeah, I was gonna say it should be about this. And then we can just kind of drag that right out here. A little bit taller than what we got, but we can do a nice slope right up to it. That's not bad at all. Smooth that out just a smidge. And we will have a beautiful tunnel right underneath the original. Okay, now that's kind of prepped and ready to go. Get at least there. I really like this intersection here. This is nice. Use the move it tool to kind of make it wider, bigger. Alright, so we're really just waiting for this to happen, so I'll probably just skip ahead until we actually get this. So, I'll be right back. Alright, while waiting around a little bit, I've added a few things in here. I added a server farm, which is definitely helping out, because our coverage was lacking, to say the least. So I threw in a couple of other towers around here, put the giant server farm in there, because that's closer to the downtown, and I figured that was a pretty decent spot for it. Not too bad there, if you ask me. Just kind of fill it in with some trees, cover it up a little bit from the highway. But that worked out pretty well. The other thing that I did was that when you come from the main highway connection here, which is terrible to start with, unfortunately. But when you come down this way, now when you reach this road here, there is a road that leads you right down across the river here. Not across the river. Over to the other side by the car factory. It's kind of the main drag as well. Leads you right down here, right to the train station, which is pretty good, because that train station will also end up coming across here, which I did build a bridge for, right over here to where the main city will actually reside, which will be here, kind of in this area here, probably near downtown. Would be kind of over here, near a port. I would potentially build here, put in a harbor, so that get some, ferries, big cruise ships, those sort of thing, kind of down in this area here. Could potentially have it over here too, but I think this is a little bit smoother. Most of downtown probably would be in this vicinity, so that should work out pretty well, because then this will just kind of come in here. I don't know exactly where yet. Like the main train station will end up being, but I ended up, so you can really definitely see kind of that main drag now. Honestly, kind of looks like it continues on from this as well, which is unintentional, but not too bad. So we're closer. We're closer, within a couple thousand now. We're just kind of playing the waiting game at this point. Okay, well, there is a bit of a problem here, seeing as this is literally the only connection into the city. That's not great. What's also not great is the fact that the game thinks this is one road, so I'm going to build just a little dead end here. And as well up here, just to kind of make sure that the road game doesn't think that that's the one road. So like this here, that thinks that goes all the way up here. That's one road apparently. Oh well. This one though stops there. However, we probably do need some form of second connection into this city. I kind of forgot about that, but I mean there is this interchange over here, but obviously that's nowhere near anything. It will be a little more used, I think, when we connect this road down to there. I think a little bit more people will probably come this way if they live in this vicinity. So that should be helpful. But I'm also thinking that kind of maybe right in the middle, maybe on this street here, that could also be, just a small little interchange. Yeah, this is no good. It is no bueno. Yeah, pretty bad traffic jam going on right here, because everyone wants to exit. Then we'd have two lanes merging in. I mean, it's 2 to 2, which is fine. But I might need to create maybe slightly bigger roads here. And now that I think about it, I probably should buy the large roads. I'm just gonna have to do it, just because this might have to be more of like a 6-lane road here. Potentially. Yep, gonna have to do it. That's right. So then what we're gonna have over here is we're gonna have 2 lanes exiting, which should be helpful. So let's make sure that we go, what we'll do, we'll actually turn this down to 2 lanes here. That way, when we do the 4 here, we can just swap that out. And then we have a 3-laner here, which then will go down. We're gonna make this a little bit nicer. Well, there's an unfortunate tear in the space of space time here. Oh, that's unfortunate. This doesn't have to be so bloody high. Little stupid. How does that have to be that high? I don't know what's going on here. This is a mess. Why are there so many taxis? Look at how many taxis there are. The whole thing is taxis. Anyway, let's remove this crosswalk. Help eventually. And then for the other side, we have to also upgrade this. Let's just do that, and then do that, and then we'll make this one off to this side. Not look like crap. Easiest way to fix that. There. Right. I think this part just needs to be not so high. Well, I'm just gonna fix it. Better? That's slit. Alright, so I've gone a little overboard. But I think it looks pretty good. This all is approximately the same, however, the roundabout is not. So there was a lot of people crossing over that was stopping traffic, and that wasn't really working. So I built a little kind of overpass thing to the center, and then kind of a weird like I don't know, spider. So they come down here. All the crosswalks on this are gone. So if you're over here and you want to be over there, you just go up and over. Straightforward. In the meantime, we did reach level 11, which is great. And I did also do a few other things. I put in a couple other bigger residential buildings here. These are actually the commercial bases as well, which should work out pretty well. And then we have a couple of low-rent housings over here, which didn't really do a whole lot. All of our demand is still skyrocketed, but that's all right. The other thing that I managed to get done was over here. I expanded out this area quite a bit. And I put in a brand new elementary school along with high school. We did only have one high school, and it's way over there. I think this is far enough apart. I mean, it's not like it's not terribly far away, but you know, we were pushing it. We were pushing the limits here, so that pretty much doubled it. I mean, we were almost halfway. I mean, it really dropped off all of a sudden for some reason, but the elementary school was important because, as you can tell here, our capacity is only 1,500 over now. So that's pretty much one school. And you can kind of see these two, I don't know why they're that close together, but oh well. But we have kind of two in the main downtown area, and then we got these three out here. And you can still tell that there's a lot of houses that are actually red over here, which I don't know why, but yeah. So we've expanded out this way quite a bit. We are gonna just kind of fill the rest of this in with low residential housing and call it good. But the main purpose of this episode was to build that harbor, and now that we have the tiles, we can connect it, as well as connecting out the rest of this railway out this direction, which I think we're going to get started on right after I add more people. Pretty much, I was using the nice waterfront housing. I know it's not waterfront, but the houses do look pretty nice, so I am just going to fill in all of this area there with those, and then probably the rest of these with just the other kind, which is fine for now. We don't want to get too close to this car plant. As you can tell, there is some major ground pollution down over here. We definitely don't want that. However, I think I might finish up this road. Anyway, this is pretty similar, and actually the best way to do this is to snap to zone length and 90 and existing. That is the easiest way to get the perfect squares. We are way off here. I don't know what happened to this guy. Looks like this road somehow expanded, but that's okay. That's okay. We are just gonna kind of take this down here. This might just kind of come out to there. You know, nothing too serious. This is kind of a weird area. Connect this one last one into there, and probably bring this down. Maybe make some full blocks here. We'll leave this one as a little bit bigger block, which is fine. And then we will make this a complex curve as we click out and then go out to our grid, please, grid line, and there we go. Saw a slight little S-bend. Too serious. Well, that's nice, a real estate mansion. That's different. I've never seen that one before. That one must be part of the other pack. Alright, well, let's get that in place here. I think a good spot would probably be next to schooling. No? Mansions. People like to live by schools, so yeah, there we go. That does a good amount of well-being within this area, which should be nice. Well, that pretty much filled that out. I don't think we want this square yet. I don't think it's really necessary. We'll figure it out in the meantime. I guess I actually forgot to mention this road here. I added in. I actually just kind of expanded out the road that was on the back side of these parking lots instead of building a new one. That's right. So it doesn't quite line up, but it does just kind of weave its way around and then lines up nicely with the existing road, which leads right down to the train station. Very much a direct main road there, which is nice. All right, back to what I was working on. Let's actually look at our tiles and get the two that we definitely need. Okay, so let's start with that because we're gonna have to make an outside connection there, as well as a way to get to this rail. So obviously the most direct route would be those, which then we'd have to somehow come maybe over the highway and loop back or in or something. We have to make kind of like an opposite side interchange. That may be a little tricky. I don't think it'll be too bad though. We should be able to make pretty much a straight line there. I think that's probably our best bet. That way we have some permits left over. So that should be pretty good. So I think we're gonna do that. Let's work out how this is gonna all work together here. Now, this is gonna need some employees, unfortunately. So there's not a great way to get employees down here. The option could just be to make some low-rent housing. We will cross that road when we get there. All right, we are gonna make a bigger one out the exit. Look at that. They are now connected in, and it should be functional now. So it should at least start working. Hopefully we see some ships start coming in there. In the meantime, we are gonna work on this rail. That wasn't too bad. You can kind of see by that time lapse that we built a nice smooth bridge right over that. We kind of built to create just a little bit of a crevice through the mountain here. Not too bad, not too steep. Actually, none of this is actually that steep, which is nice. We have this little kind of hill here. Might smooth that out, but I think it did it anyway. And then it messed up because anarchy was on. Yay! Okay, well, it goes in this beautiful tunnel, and actually that tunnel works out very nicely, to be honest. And then pops out the other side and connects in. Should work pretty well. And the last thing to do would be get a cargo rail, or a cargo line, I should say, starting from here and going over to our one station here should work out pretty well. And actually, we're going to make that... We're going to pause that quick. And this is going to be a blue color, so that we kind of know it's the ocean. Coming from the water, which let's just make sure that's that one, which it is. Good. So this is going to be Cargo Harbor Forestry Factory. Alright, Forestry Station. And we're going to have one vehicle assigned to it. These. Now, let's fast forward, see where that train comes from. Beautiful. Let's get where that is. Nice. Okay, it's coming from that rail yard, which should work. We got 4 trains left in there. That should be fine. Randomly, the green train line. That's a little sad. Why did this one just randomly have to respawn? Okay. Yeah, the whole train situation's kind of just not good. So it's definitely broken. Look at this guy. Now, obviously, we don't have anything yet. That train should be somewhere close. Yep, there. All right, beautiful. Now, has there been... Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, I have to put in a line, don't I? My bad, guys. I forgot about that. I'm too used to them just magically coming, so... This'll help. Yeah, there we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, that was me being dumb. There's nothing on this ship. Alright. Well, that was useful. Okay. Alright, well, at least we know now that at least it's working, which is good. Alright. The last thing to do would be to clean up how this looks, because it looks a little crappy at the moment, but that's alright. We are going to fix that with some time-lapse. So, you guys just sit back, relax, enjoy the show. Alright. I think it looks okay. We got a little bit of a key wall here on this side, plus the front, which looks good. I think I'll leave this side okay for now. You can see this train coming in here now is definitely exporting a bunch of stuff. So, it's good for us. That means money, I believe. Pretty sure that's how that works. I could be wrong, though. I guess I could be wrong. Typically, the budget should have trade, but it's only anything unless it's just the industrial tax. I mean, I guess it could be, but I highly doubt it. It's a little bit unfortunate. But we're making a good amount of money versus with our vehicles, so that's pretty good. Oh, the snow is starting. Winter is upon us. Uh-oh. Alright, well, so far I've pretty much seen 0 cars come down here, which is a bit unfortunate, but I'm thinking that this area in here will probably become somewhat industrial down here. Maybe throw some low rent housing down here as well, just to help the area out. We got to find a good spot for that, which currently I do not have. So now that that's connected, I think that's pretty good. I don't think we need any sort of outside connection with the rail from here, because that wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense. Our shipping route, let's see if that has cargo on it, and it is full. Holy cow. Alright, well that's good to see. That's good to see. That's going to be bringing in a ton of stuff. That brought in a lot. You know, it's great to see still that the water decides to just kind of overflow over here. That's so nice. So nice to see. I'm glad that works, you know. A good like 15 meters above the water, it's still all flooded up here. That's just so nice. Look at all this. Look at all this junk. That's so annoying. Okay, well, we kind of did step number 1. I'm thinking that maybe we get a couple, maybe right here we put some high density. Holy cow, that's not gonna work. No, not that. No, that's a little too big there, guys. A little too big. Holy cow. That's a little better, I guess, but it's still pretty tall. And then I'm thinking that we probably put some industrial down here. Not the worst place for it, but you know, I'm gonna do it here for now. I think this will work. Look at that, we got the chemical plant all of a sudden. You know what would be a good spot for the chemical plant? You know it, right here. Of anarchy, just to make sure. I think this is a pretty good spot right here. Sorry guys that I just put in, but that is going to be a new plant. Beautiful. And then let's just make sure our road gets wrapped around it. Wonderful, wonderful. And then we don't want to connect anything necessary to this. This is kind of like its own offshoot there, but we could potentially upgrade this guy here. Now this is definitely going to be used as a shortcut, I can already tell. We will just kind of fill it in like that. Should be pretty good. Let's kind of smooth this out a second here. Oh, look at that. What did I tell you? Where are these trucks going? Interesting. So all of these trucks are taking all of the random stuff. All these industrial places. Huh. That's not the worst, I guess. Alright, let's finish off this area here. Get some of these plants in place. Shouldn't look too bad. That's alright. That's alright. But we have this beautiful beauty of a chemical plant right down here by our harbor. We got some activity, which is nice. We have a few kind of office buildings. It's a little weird, but maybe we get some low density ones to kind of round it out. That pretty much just zapped everything, which is fine. These buildings aren't too tall, so I'm not too concerned about these. They don't look that bad either. Awesome, awesome. Okay, one last piece in today's episode is going to be building a university, because we definitely need it. As you can tell by our education, we have 1,500 people eligible already for university, which is pretty good. So, the only thing left to do is to buy that development point. We'll unlock the university, as well as, technically, we need both, well, this one we need some more stuff, but this one, all we need is the medical university, so I'm tempted to actually just get the medical university at the moment. That way, we can get our pharma, which is gonna work out. All we have to do is place those 2 buildings down, and we should be good. Now, most important part is, where does this university go? Yeah, that's a pretty big deal at this point. Alright, so it's probably important to have it somewhere near, you know, obviously the majority of the people. Alright, there's kind of step 1. You also have our college over here, but I'm kind of thinking somewhere over here. That's kind of my initial thought. It's not too far away from everything. The hills could be a problem. However, it's not too far away from kind of the downtown. We can obviously make a bus, bus station, a bus loop. Maybe go from the station down to here. So I'm kind of tempted to put it here. It's kind of flat enough, in this area here. I'm tempted to just try it, see how it looks. We're right connected to a nice highway, and so I'm gonna just place it in at a slight angle, and there we go. Now, what we could potentially do is turn this into a key wall, or a retaining wall, I guess. That way, we can raise up that land behind there, and it should be okay. Let's go ahead and try that. This might be a huge retaining wall. What is that? There's a glitch in the matrix there. Okay. Fortunate. Alright, kind of smooth it out just a little bit there. We'll expand out this way just a smidge. Maybe refresh that out just a little bit. That retaining wall is not too bad. I'm not too mad about that. There we go. That's a pretty smooth angle there. We do have to figure out this. Oh, that's annoying. Well, I guess that's just gonna be the way it is, unfortunately. Let's bring this one out. Oh, and it's gonna do the same thing there too, isn't it? Lovely, lovely. Okay, well, there's no retaining wall there, I guess. Gonna level this out, bring it down. It's not too bad. Not too bad. Gonna bring this around the front. This is obviously gonna connect out this road, which should work out nicely, to be honest. I think we could definitely connect that guy. So let's first start with this road, because we can make this go all the way around. And then we have a beautiful connection right here. We will actually use a slightly wider road, but it needs to be at a slight angle. Oh well. Wonderful. Wonderful. We are then going to kind of smooth out the front a little bit, as well as there are some upgrades to this guy, which are outside, so we could potentially just put that in now. That's just a wing. I believe we have plenty of money currently. And so we're just going to put them all in for now. We're going to bring it out to there, and then we are going to flip it to a 4-lane road in the front. Excellent. Excellent. Now, we could potentially, I think kind of flatten this out here and make these two roads a retaining wall. Because we are probably going to need some parking over here. I'm thinking if we kind of do that, it actually doesn't look too bad. However, if we come into here and add a retaining wall on this side of this road, and that side, which is very easy to do with that tool, and then we just come back through here, finish that off, smooth that out just a little bit, and we have some perfect areas for parking lot. Make sure we get the best ones. I'm thinking we could get 2 of these guys. And then maybe 1 of those smaller ones. I am quite actually happy with how this turned out. Besides this garbage. Besides that, yeah. Worked out pretty good. Alright. Very good, very good. And then last but not least is to throw just a short little bus loop into here, just going from... You know what we're going to do, actually? Well, I was going to say we just grab this line and throw it in there. But, you know what? We'll go. We will do that. So we're just going to drag this line down here and make a stop. And make a stop. That'll be good enough for now. That way it comes out here. It all works out. Yeah, that's excellent. I really love these retaining walls. Very easy to do. And it works really well to make some flat areas. Okay, I think we might need an extra police station in here. I don't like how the crime rate is 38.5%. That's not great. So we could potentially just throw like a campus police in here. I think that'd be pretty smart to do. And there you go. A nice little police station there right by the university. Excellent. All right, so pretty much the whole issue now is just we have lack of people, lack of people. Everything is lack of people, which is fine because I think in the next episode we are going to start working on the downtown now that we have our university in place, which should help us with all of our education. So we should be able to get some highly educated people, which we do already have 13% somehow. Not sure how that's possible, but one last thing to do actually is to put the medical university in. I guess the only option currently would be somewhere over here, which isn't too bad. I think you could probably get away with that. You know, you could kind of say like, hey, you know, this is like separate side of the highway. It's more like the you know, office side of things. So I think you could get away with probably putting it here. It's just a little sloped, a little hilly, but there is a little bit more of a flat spot right here. So I am thinking that this could potentially be a good spot. So let's get that in place before we put it in here, and I think it's going to go right there. And just like that, we got the pharma as well. And so that caps off almost all of these, which is excellent. Now, I'm not really sure what the pharma gives us. However, it's probably going to want to be somewhere near... Well, I'm not really sure. I think over here is probably the best option than anything. So I'm thinking that we could just kind of build it right here for now, and then kind of extend out this main road. I think it's okay. I think that's should work. Okay, let's just kind of flatten this sucker out here. We might add a slight retaining wall on that road. It's not too bad. Doesn't need to be anything large. Get this flattened out a little bit. We will put an extra ring road around this building. There we go. We now have the pharmaceutical as well, and that adds a lot of people needed to it. So I think we can kind of live with that for now. Let's just build that road right out to there. Perfect. We do have these bus stops here. I'm thinking that these are probably close enough and not really a problem. I'm also thinking that since this bus stop is on the other side, let's put in a secondary one there just so that we can drag that there. So it's not doing a big old loop. That's alright. I think that's close enough. You can just walk over that one if you want. Now, the last thing to really check on would be this medical university. Now, we need some form of transit to this. Otherwise, it's going to be very hard to get to. Now, this thing does have interior. There's just two exterior additions. I don't necessarily want to build a full ring road on this. Thinking we might need to redo this road. Alright, let's just make sure that this is nice and flat. Where the front road is actually... Now we will just have to make this slope just a little bit better. Alright. Where do the roads come from? That is the question. I kind of think we need a few more overpasses. You know, according to these two, we got kind of like another one should be about here, and then another one should be probably here, and then this one as well. Let me go ahead and make a few of those overpasses. I'll be right back. All right, so I went a little overboard. However, it does line up nicely, at least with the high school and the elementary school right here, which is good because it's university. So you know, you go from there to there to there, and so the roads kind of just line up. I'm going to build a little bit of an interchange here, but that does require me to buy this tile, which I guess I can do. You know, I'm not that far away from the next milestone, so I'm going to go ahead and purchase that because this is going to have to be some sort of interchange here to be able to get on the highway quickly. If they, you know, need to go over there, or this is kind of close enough to everything, but it would be nice to just be able to quick jump on the highway. So it shouldn't take too long to get that working, so we're just gonna quickly do it here. That was pretty straightforward. Looks like most things are fairly in a good spot. I might actually just kind of lower these because I don't think it need to be that high. Game did, but I don't think they need to be that high, which is fine. And then the last bit of change to do would be to upgrade this guy to a little bit of a less lanes in order to build out our junctions. I'm not sure what happened to this guy. That's a little unfortunate, but might just rebuild that one a second. There we go. Okay. Wonderful. Now we can hit play again. Everything should be working nicely. It kind of just, that lane just forces you off, which is fine. Now we have this whole area here. I might turn that into a retaining wall so we can get some parking down here, because I think that's a good spot for that parking. Yeah, that definitely is crooked. That's alright. We have a good amount of parking in there. We have a double loop-de-loop here. To be honest, kind of towers over everything. This building is freaking huge. Look at how tall this. I mean, this is like a 20-story building, overshadowing our entire city. Who only just have too high of rent. All right, but I think that's about gonna do it for this episode. We have accomplished quite a lot, actually. We built an entire harbor over here, which is being very useful right now. I might even throw an extra warehouse on here, just because. Eventually, it's not actually needed right now. We connected the train line out to the existing train line. We built a new line out to this cargo station here, which should be getting quite a bit of stuff, which is very useful. That train has nothing on it. This one has a little bit, but these don't really go anywhere. I'm thinking most of this will actually come out on trucks and go to over here, and then it will hop out on this train, which is kind of half full. It's not too bad. We also built this fabulous university sitting over here by our industrial area. Or maybe this is our industrial university. Beautiful. Our industrial university, which looks very industrial. Anyway, we built a nice looking university over here. I think it fits in quite nicely here. That garbage truck is picking up garbage in a parking lot, which is good. And then the last thing we did was this beautiful massive medical university up on the hill, which actually looks pretty sick if you're over here. Take a look if you're like sitting up on this roof right here. Wow. What a nice city. Oh yeah, and I forgot. We completely redid this. Made a spider over top of our road, which is actually well utilized. There's a lot of people that use this, which is nice. And then finally, we built our pharma over here. It's half full of employees. That's not bad. You know what? We're creeping up there with employees. We're creeping up there. You know, we still have a lot that are needed for some of these plants. You know, that one's 200 off. That's not bad. This one's only 300 off. I believe this guy. Yeah, that guy needs 1,200 more people. Yeah. So, but the fact that the power plant only needs 40 is pretty hilarious. This switch-on factory needs 1,600, but the power plant to power our entire city needs 40 people. Pretty hilarious, if you ask me. Anyway, but yeah, that's gonna do it. Hope you guys enjoyed. I enjoyed this episode. This episode has been quite fun, actually. I have enjoyed it. So if you have, please be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Be ready for the next videos to come out. But anyway, hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and we will catch you on the next one.